what's his name, and the other fellas. I'm Rocky, I'm Cocky, and I'm Chalky. We give a good show wherever we go, from Joe's Cove right out to the Rockies. We play to the rich and get paid by the poor, and we stoop to play for politicians. How long is our show? It depends, we don't know. If you'll go home in the intermission. La 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 la. Not a day in our lives have we worked to survive, so some say that we are just sinners. We sets up our gear and blows a few ears and rattles your guts and your innards. Some say we're the best and would put to the test. We're better than the Stones or the Beatles, because we don't mind playing most of our time to you strange and unusual people. La, 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 la. So you paid your money now and you're ripped off, I allow, but there's something else we have to surprise you. If you don't buy our caps and tapes, and perhaps we'll turn up our volume and fry you. So sit back in your seats, don't be miserable and cheap. What odds take a loss, life's a gamble. And if you try to escape, then we'll turn loose our ape, the one that devoured poor Rambo. La 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 la. Well, Buddy, what's his name, and the other fellas, that's Rocky, Cocky, and Chalky. That's Rocky, Cocky, and Chalky. On a sunny day to the islands for tonight. Body is as loose as a worn out tooth, but my mind is so uptight. And the cup of tea for my bloodstream, a song to still my soul, wouldn't trade it in for a limousine, a mountain made of gold. Well, I just got back from the city, where there's bodies cramped in space. Right or wrong, like it or not, you feel you're in a race where there's hands out for your money and you're always short on time. Just when you think you're out in front, you're looking up, someone's behind. So going out bay on a sunny day to the islands for tonight. Body is as loose as a worn out tooth, but my mind is so uptight. And the cup of tea for my bloodstream, a song to still my soul, wouldn't trade it in for a limousine, a mountain made of gold. With the wind all gone in the sinking sun, silence in the cove, and the smoke from the campfire rising, with the pot just simmering slow, will your troubles start to vanish and your worries fade like fog, 'cause your heart is where it wants to be, with your bum on an old drift log. So going out the bay on a sunny day, to the islands for tonight. Body is as loose as a worn out tooth, but my mind is so uptight. And the cup of tea for my bloodstream, a song to still my soul, wouldn't trade it in for a limousine, a mountain made of gold. Wouldn't trade it in for a limousine or a mountain made of gold.
Newfoundland, generally speaking, you know, got colorful language like that, haven't we? I mean, anybody here from abroad who can't understand us tonight? Huh? Don't mind speaking up, yes. That's all you gotta say, yes.
You were talking about Toronto earlier, weren't you?
Yes, boy.
Now that's where the
This thing went out of tune.
yeah, that's where the pace is really fast, isn't it?
Yes, boy. My son, there's nothing when you're in Toronto. You can't say hello
No,
to people in Toronto the same way you can in Newfoundland.
impossible.
You can't do it, see, because you just take the subway station, for instance. 2,000 of them goes by you in 10 seconds flat. In order to say hello to all them, you got to turn your nods and winks up on bust. Take the head off your shoulder. Wears out the neck too fast. I mean, we were going downtown Toronto, so for God's sake, saying hello to this one, saying hello to that one, but they don't say hello back. I mean, you're going down the road, you're, hello, buddy.
But Kevin, you do get the odd.
Oh, sure, you get the odd one,
yes.
But very odd they are.
Yes.
Hospital miracles, you know, at a time. And of course, there's more, you know, like, hey, nobody, got a buck? There's that kind, and of course, you know, there's the odd one like the fella who's been away too long. Mm-hmm. He's fellow Newfoundlander who's been on the streets of Toronto, and right from across the street, he comes right back at you, see? Hey, nobody, hey, ain't getting down, buddy, look, Newfoundland, look! Just some good for a while there, wasn't it, old man? You come right back down to the earth then, you know. Boy, Johnny boy. Yes,
Well, when we left Toronto and come on the boat, we met this incredible character, wasn't he something?
Yes, boy. The boys from Toronto are not that bad. It's just that they haven't got their head in reality. I mean, we took one fella down, he had a pair of pants on like scissors, and he had that sort of yellow and green hair that was sort of gone, sort of like a banana on the top of the head kind of thing. And like we brought him down into the fish plant at Salvage, and he just didn't mix, you know. Didn't quite know how to get along with the boys, you know. You know what I'm saying? But we had a fella come down with us from Toronto. He used to poke fun at us. Hey, Newfie guy. That's what he called us, because you got to watch the accent in Toronto. It's kind of thick. You know, hey, Newfie guy. Wow. Got any big buildings back on the island like that? I know he said to him, and I said, yes, cocky, we do. Oh, come off it. Not like that. I said, yes, buddy, but we laid them on their sides and called them shopping malls. It's all in the way you think about it, isn't it? Horizontal thinking, that's what I call it, you know.
We're going to do a song now, and I guess we should dedicate this to some people who've heard the Big Six program years ago.
If you would like to, yeah.
Yes. Job to get serious with Kevin, boy. It is McGuire, and I'll quickly tell to you of a pretty girl I admire named Katie Donoghue. She's fair, fat and 40, and believe me when I say, every time I go a-courting you can hear a mother say, Johnny, get up from the fire, get up and give the man a seat. Don't you see this Mr. McGuire, and he's courting your sister Kate. You know very well he owns a farm a little way out of town. Will you get up out of there and be taking the air? Let Mr. McGuire sit down. First time that we met, she was the patron of Tralee, and I asked her very kindly if she'd dance a step with me. She wanted to know I'd see her home to have a cup of tea. No sooner was I inside the door and I heard a mother say, Johnny, get up from the fire, get up and give the man a seat. Don't you see this Mr. McGuire, and he's courting your sister Kate. You know very well he owns a farm a little way out of town. Will you get up out of there and be taking the air, and Mr. McGuire sit down? Johnny, get up and the fire, get up and give the man a seat. Don't you see this Mr. McGuire, and he's courting your sister Kate. You know very well he owns a farm a little way out of town. Will you get up out of there and taking the air? Let Mr. McGuire sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Thank you.
Arsfart.
Now, in that song,
Arsfart.
no, Arsfart wasn't in that song, Kevin.
No, I know, but they never stuck it in the dictionary either.
No, that's what I mean.
Which dictionary are you talking about?
The Newfoundland Dictionary there.
Oh, that one.
Oh, that's
Arsfart.
Sure, you never stuck half the words in there, Kevin.
I left most of it.
Well, there's a good many they never stuck in the dictionary.
God.
Isn't there, well, SWIT, SWIT. Not in the Newfoundland Dictionary. OMENERFS, on my nerves. Not in the dictionary. Most basic and fundamental word that they should have had in the Newfoundland Dictionary was, hey, you get that hockey? Right.
They missed it.
I mean, when I steps off the ferry in Port of Basque, there's always someone says, hey, get on, buddy. Poor buddy from Toronto. Fellow goes along and says, how you getting on, buddy? Wait a second, I got my ticket. I'm going to walk right on up over the ramp. That's not exactly what he meant by how you were getting on coffee. There's a totally different interpretation. You take, are you getting on, buddy? All right, man, yourself. Where you from? No, down. Yeah, you spot. What's your name? Niggins. Yeah, you spot. I know you. Go on. You spot, I know you. I know it's your father. Go on. Yes, boy, I know it's your father. Hold on. No, don't tell me your father. Hold on, your father. Now, he's, Mr. Gins from Florida, right? Ram, buddy, put it. No, it's your mother, too. Yes, boy, I know it's your mother. Don't tell me now your mother married Mr. Gins, Mrs. Gins from Florida, right? Right down, buddy, put her there. No, hold on, no, I know you. Go on. Yes, boy, I know you. You're Nick Gins from Gloverdown. And you know that. You just told me. You see? How are you going to look that up in the Newfoundland Dictionary?
Now, speaking of language, your father certainly had a language in his day, didn't he?
My sonny boy, Raymond, my son, my father.
I've heard of him.
You take up there in them balconies, hey?
Yes.
My son, my father could let go a line. My son would hit the wall up there, and then he'd let another one go, and when that one was coming back, the two would collide in midair and start to scorch and burn. My son, couldn't that man swear?
Secret cost.
No, sonny boy, nothing could compare with father.
So in other words, he was a powerful beast, eh?
Oh, my son, a powerful man to swear. You know what, Father? Got a song here. You just play that fiddle there for a second. Here we go. Father fished 6 days a week. He went to church on Sunday. He confessed his sins, and then he'd begin to sin again on Monday. But don't get me wrong, he never sinned indeed no worse than sin in word, but you should have heard the way that man could curse. He went hard, lifting, eating, lying, deer, raving, dancing, dying, suffering, thundering, working, wondering, rob, gobbling, harry. Well, the hell's swearing, lying, blaming, screeching, screaming, blaming, blaming, son of an old wonder, mother, young Joseph Murphy. One day Father fished his last. It happened this way. He snagged his finger on a hook, and the boat began to sway. Oh, he fell into the water, but he never should have drowned. But he couldn't keep his mouth shut the third time he went down. He went Lord, leaping, lying, deer, raving, dancing, dying, suffering, thundering, working, wondering, robbing, gobbling, hurry. Well, the hell's firing, flying, flaming, screeching, screaming, blaming, blaming, son of an old wooden murderer, mother, young Joseph Murphy. Some say he's down below, but I don't believe that's true. I dare allow he's in heaven above, turning the air bright blue. For I remember Father, the happiest time he ever was. Cursed until he was blue in the face, he had time for nothing else. He went far left and right, lying there, raving, dancing, dying, suffering, thundering, working, wondering, robbed, gobbling, hairy. And hell's hurry, flying, blaming, screeching, screaming, blaming, blaming, son of an old wooden burning, murder, Joseph Murphy.
We travel a lot and we make a lot of friends. And recently we had an old friend who died at 97. His name was Uncle Lo Simmons. Here's a song, tribute to Uncle Lo, called the Baccy Song. A few years ago when the times were rough, worked like the devil and you had to be tough. Worked in the garden and you worked in the woods and you worked on the windy waves. Poor Sam Drover worked for 2 long years, chopping down logs, he was strong as a bear. When he got his money and he paid his bill, 14 cents in the hole, said,
Don't mind the missus with the hole in her shoes. Don't mind the coal when me fingers turning blue. Don't mind the pantry with the snarl bit of grub, but it's hellish when you got no baccy.
He walked up to the merchant with a grin on his face, chuckle in his eye and his heart started to race. Mustered up his courage and he stoked up his pipe, told him just where to stick it, said,
Don't mind the missus with the hole in her shoes. Don't mind the coal when my fingers turning blue. Don't mind the pantry when there's no bit of grub, but it's hellish when you got no baccy.
There was poor Aunt Martha had 13 kids. Only John and Harry, they were born in the bed. All of the others got dropped on the way from the kitchen out to the clothesline.
Don't mind the missus with the hole in her shoes. Don't mind the coal when my fingers turn blue. Don't mind the pantry when there's no bit of grub, but it's hellish when you got no baccy. So
don't you try to tell me you got hard times. Dollar ain't a dollar and a dime ain't a dime. Paying out a fortune just to lose 10 pounds, and you're eating 5 meals a day. Said, don't mind the missus with the hole in her shoes. Don't mind the call when my fingers turning blue. Don't mind the pantry when there's narb in the grub, but it's hellish when you got no baccy.